did Sam Darnold prove last night to you?
Well, listen, he's a champion. Let's get that out the way right now. He's proven he can be a champion, that he can captain a championship team, and that, you know, his epitaph was premature. The epitaph that was written about him was a bit premature. This guy was on his 5th team, his 4th team over the last 4 years, and he goes out there. Didn't have a lights-out game, you know what I'm saying? Only completed about 50% of his passes, threw for about 202 yards, you know, 5.3 yards per attempt, the second fewest in a game this season. I get all of that. But in the end, look at what he did to get here. See, you can't ignore what that brother did going up against the MVP and Matthew Stafford in the NFC Championship game. 346 yards, 3 touchdown passes, was flinging that football. And another reason you can't forget is because you see what the Minnesota Vikings look like without him. Okay, because he was with them last year, and then you see him here this year. Look at what Seattle looks like with him as opposed to Geno Smith. Look at what Minnesota looks like without him as opposed to J.J. McCarthy. This is what Sam Darnold has done. So, again, you're not talking about him in the same breath you're talking about Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, you know, President Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. But you are saying there's nobody else from that 2018 class that won a Super Bowl. He's the first. And you look at his teammates and how they speak about him and how they feel about him. They are quite comfortable with this man behind center leading the franchise into the future, and that says it all.
His Super Bowl performance obviously was so spectacular, but I do feel like it was the NFC Championship game against the Rams that maybe proved the doubters wrong. What did he prove to you, Marcus?
He proved to me that in particular games, when Clint Kubiak and this offense handed him the football, he was good enough to deliver at a high clip. You're talking about the NFC Championship, but a week prior, you're talking about the overtime win against the Rams as well. So Sam was in every particular situation that you could be in on his route to winning a Super Bowl, as you alluded to, Stephen A. And I think a lot of times, man, like, I feel like Sam this year was in this ever-revolving cycle of every game proving that he wasn't the previous quarterback at every single stop he was. That was the conversation we were having on TV. Wait, it's coming. Sam going to turn the football over. We saw games when he turned the football over at a high clip. But the fact that he was able to overcome that. But, RC, to me and Cam, nothing speaks to Sam Darnold performances this year more than that NFC Championship. Yeah. Like, I understand that he's a Super Bowl champion, and what he did last night was good enough by not turning the football over and making a few plays when they were there. But going toe-to-toe with Matthew Stafford and showing not only the league but your own franchise that if I need to throw for 350, you can have the confidence to put the ball in my hand, and I'll deliver that for you. I think that spoke volumes about where he is now as opposed to all of those stops before.
In my opinion, Sam Darnold proved what no one thought he'd ever prove, and that's that you can win a championship because of Sam Darnold. And I don't care how much you point to this game. Look at what this defense was able to do to C.J. Stroud. Look at what this defense was able to do to Justin Herbert. Sam Darnold was playing against a top-5 defense just as much as Drake May was. What Sam Darnold has proved is that he's trustworthy. Do you need me to make plays in the 4th quarter of Week 16 against the Los Angeles Rams? I absolutely can. Do you need me to be able to go tit for tat and play for play with the MVP, Matthew Stafford, in the NFC Championship? I can. Do you need me to just protect the ball and make enough plays in the Super Bowl so we can win? I can. Sam Darnold proved that until they bury you, you're not dead. He proved that they can write your obituary, but it ain't time to read it. And so when you think about the way that people responded after the Super Bowl, Devin Witherspoon talking about all the things that have been said about Sam Darnold and how he proved all the doubters wrong. Hearing somebody like Ernest Jones say he shows up to work first every single day. I know how much he cared, and that's why I stepped out on the limb for him. What he proved inside this locker room, in my opinion, seems to be more than he proved outside of it, and that's the most important thing.
And the performance in the postseason, it's extremely hard to not turn the football over. That's elite. Contrary to what it is, having 0 turnovers on the offensive side of the football, that's Tom Brady-esque, Peyton Manning-esque. And I don't care who the quarterback is. So now as you put the microscope to other performances, you start to realize, like, hey, in these type of games, smart, not conservative. Throwing the football away may be a plus. Throwing the football at the feet. Those decision-makings that Sam Darnold had displayed time and time and time again is the main reason why the Seattle Seahawks is Super Bowl 60 world champion.
Let's also remember one other thing real quick, Shae. Jigba had to go into the locker room because of a concussion.
And nothing stopped.
Nothing stopped. Nothing stopped.
Pretty
That's receiving
impressive.
football.
Pretty impressive, too, for Sam Darnold. I mean, this is his first year with Seattle.
Yeah.
Guy had 17 wins.
The bar
his
high.
first time working with that offense, and he just went in and won the Super Bowl.
Can I say this, Sue? Likability is a very important quality. To be able to move from locker room to locker room, be supported by the players in that locker room, that's important. To have people in that locker room feel like it's okay to support you publicly. It's okay to say that we want you, that we love you, that we believe in you. And you saw that from everybody. And it also shows that more organizations fail players than players fail players.
That's a
He
fact.
was in the right space. He's had an opportunity to develop. They didn't give up on him too early, at least in the league, in the NFL. And now it's paid dividends, not only himself, but for the Seattle Seahawks.
I guess you're right about the likability part.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at. But understanding this, I'm sorry, real quick,
go
Shae.
ahead.
What Clint Kubiak was able to extract from Sam Darnold needs to be studied. Because when you start to see the inabilities and the insufficiencies of young quarterbacks in this league, the common denominator is smart decisions and being able to protect the football. What he was able to do, it was almost like he flipped a switch in the postseason that stopped and negated all the league.
I'm not denying that.
I would agree with that, but I think the thing that Clint Kubiak did more than anything was instill confidence.
Yeah.
Because Sam showed us in Minnesota he could play at a high level. Like 'cause a lot of people.
But he also had flare-ups, too.
But that's my point, right? Clint, he threw 40 passes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You ain't playing around your quarterback when you drop him back to throw 40 times. You think about the Rams game that we alluded to in the playoffs. For Clint Kubiak to feel like Sam Darnold could go toe-to-toe with Matthew Stafford and said, we have to have scores on these drives and to say, because we talked about it weeks prior. Well, if Seattle can run the football and if they can do these things, I know they had a great night on the ground. He still threw, I believe, 38 passes in the Super Bowl. So again, Clint Kubiak took Minnesota and said, this guy can be a high-volume thrower if I can keep him away from turning the football over. And I think that instilled a lot of confidence in Sam
I don't
Darnold.
disagree with anything that y'all said.
I didn't not believe that I would be it's special, man, and it's not, it's not about that. To me, it's never been about that. I'm just doing the best that I can every single day to be the best quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. That's really what it comes down to.
Pretty impressive stuff from Sam Darnold there, and it makes perfect sense as you're seeing Main Street here in Disneyland. That's where we're coming to you live from here on First Take. And Ryan, I'm going to ask you this question. How many quarterbacks, now that Sam Darnold has won a Super Bowl, would you take over Sam Darnold? I don't care about the conference. How many quarterbacks would you take?
Well, we have to care about the conference, Shae, because that's how the question was phrased.
Oh, I
and so
see.
I don't.
He doesn't have the list for the whole NFL? Got it.
So I don't have the entire NFL. So we're going
NFC.
In the NFC, how many quarterbacks I take? I take 8. I take Stafford, Hurts, Purdy, Mayfield, Love, Goff. They all win a Super Bowl with this Seattle Seahawks team right now. I take Williams. I take Daniels. Williams and Daniels more upside than Sam Darnold. They showed more in this league in the first 2 years of their career. All of these quarterbacks, listen, look, put the camera on me. All 8 of these quarterbacks, if the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, they win the Super Bowl. And most of these quarterbacks, if they're the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, they beat the New England Patriots worse than they won with Sam Darnold. Now, I get it. Sam Darnold, I believe in him. He's a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. He's a Pro Bowl quarterback. The last 2 years have been phenomenal. This is not a knock on Sam Darnold. This is, if I'm drafting these quarterbacks in the NFC, I take all of them before I take him.
I should have known when I said the conference doesn't matter.
Round
it has
one.
to matter, that the list would be even longer if we opened it up to the NFL, which is mind-blowing to me. Are you good down there, Dan? I'm actually shocked. I am shocked by you, RC.
Where we at.
The only quarterback right now, that I would take over him is Stafford. Right now.
Oh, that's it?
What else does Sam Darnold have to do? He's 31-7 in the last 2 years. Look at what happened to Minnesota without him. if we don't look at anything Sam Darnold accomplishes, and we just look at what happened to Minnesota as Sam has left, they've fallen apart. You're telling me that you're taking, and I love him, Jared over him?
Yes.
Or do you sit there and say 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other?
I'm taking Jared Goff over Sam Darnold.
Baker?
Yes, hell yeah, Baker Mayfield.
They're the same guy. They're the same players.
They're not the same players. They're nowhere close to the same players. Baker Mayfield had nowhere near the team, either defensively or skill player-wise, with the injuries to Mike Evans, the injuries to Chris Godwin, the way Emeka Egbuka trailed off at the end of the season, Bucky Irving not being healthy. They are not the same player.
He's quarterbacked 2 different teams to the NFC Championship, essentially, and then the Super Bowl champion.
There's
Back-to-back
he
years.
did not quarterback the Minnesota Vikings to the NFC Championship,
round?
essentially. The wild
divisional
card round, and they got their doors blown off.
Okay, so they were the 1 seed 17 weeks through the season. They got their doors blown off because their offensive line got whooped.
I like Sam Darnold. I like these people more.
All right. So when you start to think about this question and we unpack it in this way, I think we're putting too much on the Minnesota Vikings experiment because of the quarterback that replaced Sam Darnold. J.J. McCarthy is not a valid kind of tester to...
Not a comparison.
It's not a good litmus test.
It's not.
Yeah.
But to answer this question, these are the quarterbacks that I would, in the NFC, choose before Sam Darnold.
There's lists like this. This is crazy.
Matthew Stafford is a hell yes for me.
Of course.
Dak Prescott, Caleb Williams.
Oh, I missed Prescott on mine. I had him on there, too.
Hold on.
Jared Goff, no. Brock Purdy, no. And Jalen Hurts, no. But that's only because Sam Darnold showed the ability to protect the ball in that type of manner. We're talking about skill for skill. Understand this. This is what we're talking about when we're analyzing this play. Sam Darnold had the greatest defense in this NFL all year. He had great protection that was back with an unbelievable running back that was the Super Bowl MVP. He also had a great special teams with Jason Myers and Rashid Shaheed. And also the offensive player of the year in Jackson Smith and Jigba. Also, what was the same when he was in Minnesota?
He threw the ball to himself?
He also had the greatest receiver, Justin Jefferson, that year too. So when you start to talk about, if you give all those other quarterbacks, J.J. McCarthy, relax, guy. All I'm saying, when you start to say, how are we judging Sam Darnold? We're also holding him to what he also has as his amenities. If you give those other quarterbacks those same amenities, it will be the same or even a better outcome.
A lot of those other quarterbacks have those amenities, and they're very good.
Dak Prescott does not have a defense, guy.
Dak Prescott's got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb.
That's one of the 4 that I said.
The offense was good.
Talking about talent.
Well, yeah, obviously.
All right, you're talking about talent, all right? And I mean, the resume's right. Now that he is a Super Bowl champion, I'd have him top 3 in the NFC.
Okay, so who else are you putting up
Top
there?
3. Well, he ain't coming ahead of Matthew Stafford.
Fine.
Correct.
I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, listen, from a talent perspective, he has a better resume, but I'm not putting him ahead of Jordan Love as a talent. I'm not putting him ahead of Jordan Love. I'm just not. I love me some Caleb Williams. It's just that he just did it once. I can't put him ahead of Sam Darnold. I can't do that because he just started. Sam Darnold's there. I'm not putting, and by the way, I'm not putting Dak Prescott ahead of Sam Darnold, and I'm going to tell you why. It's been 10 years, guys. I'm looking at Ryan, and I'm looking at Cam as well. Look at me, Ryan. Look at me, Ryan. Because you have to. You have to.
You're like Medusa.
You cannot be in the league for 10 years. For 10 years. And you've got 2 playoff victories, and I'm going to put you ahead of a Super Bowl champion. I can't do that. I just cannot do that.
What about Jalen Hurts? He's a Super Bowl champion.
I am just so confused. Where was all this in the offseason with Jalen Hurts?
I didn't feel that.
Who actually went to the Super Bowl. His record over the last 4 years, way better than Sam Darnold.
Well, because Sam didn't play for
his entire, you know why? Because you know what? You're not sitting somebody on the bench. That's a sure thing. You don't have to go and back up Brock Purdy.
Right.
You don't get replaced in Carolina. They don't let you go from Minnesota if they believe in you like that.
I don't totally disagree with
we can't do this for him.
To
me, it's Hurts, Jordan Love, Stafford, and you got Sam Darnold. I'm just saying, I don't have any problem with Hurts being there. I'm just saying you can't put Dak Prescott ahead of him. I said Dak Prescott. I didn't say a word about Hurts. I'm talking about Dak Prescott. You can't put Dak Prescott ahead of him.
Dak's there.
You can't do that.
I mean, he's there, though. Like, that's the thing, putting him ahead. If you put Dak Prescott on Seattle, they're likely.
Wait, so now you're agreeing? Now you're agreeing.
No. What I said was clearly ahead. Because I said Sam and Jordan, Sam and Baker, Sam and Goff, Sam and Dak, they're lateral players. They're all very good players. The only one that is clearly ahead for me would be Matthew Stafford.
By the way, we got to go. You don't have to put Dak Prescott in Seattle.